Hi everyone, my name is Aaron Short. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is January the 12th. It's a Wednesday again. It's time for Gear Chats. And look what you did. This is all your fault from last week. This is all because of our conversation we had last week. Can you believe I did it? So if you weren't here last week, we were talking about gear as we always do on a Wednesday. Really enjoy hanging out and talking about gear. And then at the end, we got talking about guitars from Thomann in Germany. We got talking about the Harley Bentons. And I was genuinely impressed by the prices, as you could tell by the video from last week. I was going kind of crazy over the prices. And I just thought at the end of that video, well, you know what? They're so affordable. Why not give it a go? Why not try it out? I know people are always looking for affordable guitars. Just this week, someone asked me locally if, the best amp and guitar for someone to learn on. And we were saying last week, these guitars look incredible. Now, this isn't one of them. This is my the reason I started with this is my go-to. This is the guitar so far that I like the best. It's a Sweetwater American Professional. There's now a Professional 2. This is the original Professional, which they had modified for themselves. So they changed the tuners to these locking ones. I believe they roasted the neck. They put custom shop 69 pickups in it instead of the ones that came in, the standard ones. And I added the Illich system to make it more quiet, make it quieter. So I think this retailed about 16 and I spent about 500 on the upgrade of the Illich. I'm just looking on the back. It's starting to get some natural relicking there too. Actually, I got a slight discount because there's some chipping around the neck pocket where they put it in. So I got a slight discount on that. But anyway, long story short, this is the guitar that I always go to now. This is like my reference point. I wouldn't change anything about it. I love the neck. I love the sound. The only thing is it doesn't have humbuckers. It's very low output. It's not the ideal rocking guitar. And also the weight, it's just under 8 pounds. So I wouldn't want any heavier than that. I would rather have a guitar that's closer to 7 pounds. But yeah, this is my reference and I really like the sound of it and I like the sound of it in the intro there. So I'm going to compare the guitars I unboxed to this. I think it's actually very unfair because one of these guitars is $160 total. And this all in is around $2,000. It's a Fender. But if they compare at all, I don't know. I'm probably being really unfair doing that, but I think it's good to play at the start of the video what I play, and then we can use that as a reference point when we do the unboxing. So let's say hi to everyone who's here in the chat. And I hope the people that are here last week that got me thinking about these Harley Bentons, because if they're not, that would be kind of annoying, right? Maybe they'll come in later on if they're not here already. Jim says, are you there, David? David says, I'm here. Wouldn't want to be one of those guys who get here too early. Hi, Aaron, Jim, and everyone in the chat. Bernard's in Suffolk, UK. I put all my advertising up there. Mark Johnson says, hi, Aaron from Bristol, Virginia. Mike says, you. S. Willis says, hi, everybody. Jim says, good afternoon, everyone. It's really cold. Really, really cold here in Vermont. Wish you were here. I'm glad I'm not. But I tell you what, where I am, it's really, really cold everywhere, even inside. Looking forward to seeing how you find them. I found them just fine. They're right here. I found them here. Real thing. I don't know what you mean. Oh, you mean how they are when I unbox them. Okay. Yeah, you're going to get an honest reaction today from me. Hi, watching from Suffolk. Hi, Marianne. David Belcher, 48 degrees in Western Oregon. Alan's in Germany. So, Alan, these came from Germany. Yeah, this is not a sponsored video. I purchased these guitars. I'll tell you the reason why in some more detail. I'm not going to go straight into the unboxing. I want to talk about why I think these are interesting, what my expectations are. Then I'll unbox them and I'll either like them or I won't. And then we can discuss that. And you can let me know if you've had a similar experience when you purchased these guitars or how you fix them. I'm now in the Facebook mod group for Harley Benton. A lot of people buy these guitars and then modify them to make them exactly how they want. But I'm more interested to see how they are out of the box. I'm not really big into modding guitars. I did have this one modded because it was just so loud in all positions on this guitar. I had to do it to keep these pickups in it. So we'll see. Patsy Smith's in Leiston, UK, and Where's the Fire is in Spain. Awesome. All right, let me put this guitar down. Make sure I'm not going to make a noise here. 1 second. Okay, so let me bring this camera up because I'm not unboxing yet. So, guitars. What happened last week? We were talking about Harley Benton. Now, so far, the budget guitar end for me has been Yamaha Pacificas, which mine was about 600 bucks. I think they've now gone up to 650. The Silver Sky reviews are out for this week, and I'll be talking about that this week as well, of course. That's the next videos I'll be making. That is what we call affordable these days at $850. This is dollars, by the way. The Strat I'm unboxing from this box is $160 from Germany. The other guitar, and I did two. The reason I got two is the shipping was the same. So if I bought one, it was $80 shipping, which is incredible, right? If you didn't tell by my accent, I'm not in the UK. I'm in the USA, and Thomann Germany ship globally, as far as I know. Always double check, of course, but at least they ship to the UK and the USA. So, $80 shipping from Germany, UPS, to the USA. And I was wondering if I'd have to pay import tax. And I didn't mind that because the price is so low, it would just be a few dollars, right? So I added another one that everyone's talking about, the Fusion 3. This is a bit more expensive. This is a few $100s. But it's got stainless steel frets. And when I wanted to have stainless steel frets put in my acoustic, I was hearing figures of 350 up to 800 plecked. Okay, it's different. I'm sure they're high quality frets and it's plecked and it's done in New York City. I get it. But this guitar, the whole thing is a few $100s, and it's got the stainless steel frets in it already. So, first of all, the value is undeniably incredible. Right? There's nothing out there that can beat this. Yeah, we see some affordable guitars on Amazon, and of course there's the used market, but I haven't seen a Strat for 160 that I would actually play. That's really the question for me today. What are these guitars going to be like? Are they going to be great for beginners? Are they going to be a potential backup for someone like me that plays professionally? Are they going to be so good that I would be willing to play them professionally? And will they require a setup to get there or some modifications, or could I take these out tonight and play a professional gig? That's really what I'm looking at. That might be unrealistic considering the price, but I know lots of people do gig these professionally, and that's another reason I wanted them. A lot of people last week and in the weeks gone by, or the hours gone by, when I was talking to people about them, said they do use these on stage. Now, most of those have been modified, but some people have said in other reviews they're happy to use these guitars on stage out of the box, which I think is absolutely incredible. So I'll be looking at the finish, obviously how it feels in the hand. I'm really into the weight of a guitar these days. I love a guitar when it's 7 pounds. If these are over 8 pounds, it's a little bit of a deal breaker for me. You would assume the cheaper guitars, or the more affordable guitars, they like to say, are going to be lighter, but actually that's not the case. We often have to spend a lot of money to get a light guitar. For example, when you order a Gibson custom shop, you can pay $1,000 premium to guarantee you get a guitar which is under 8 pounds at the end of production. So I'm expecting these to be on the heavy side, but as long as it's not too heavy, it's fine. The Strat I played in the intro, my Fender, is just under 8 pounds. So if they're around that same kind of weight, that's fair too. I don't know. The only negative I had with this experience is that you can't see the guitar you're ordering. You literally order the guitar and they ship it. Now, a quick bit about that experience. First of all, Thomann are excellent to deal with, even outside of the country. I placed the order a few hours after last week's show, and they arrived today, a few hours ago. So it took exactly a week to get to the USA. The order went through, and they didn't actually ship until around Saturday. So it took a few days for them to actually ship these out. I don't know if they check them or anything. I don't know what their policy is with that. I'm not really familiar. This is the first time I've had a guitar from Germany. I've ordered some pedals from them. I tell you what, they're a great place to order, even in the USA. I know I'm always pushing Sweetwater because I have affiliate links with them, but I also have affiliate links with Thomann as well. And now I know that they'll ship to another country. I highly recommend both of those stores. And if you're going to order from either of them and want to support my channel, please do use the affiliate links, which are always in the description below. The two guitars I'm talking about today are in the description below already. So click on that, read the full specs, and then that will also get you into the system. And it's not just the items, by the way. Sorry, quick plug for myself, bit of advertising. It's not just the items that you order, it's anything. So if you're going to buy something from Thomann or Sweetwater or Amazon in the USA for Amazon, click that link, order it, and at no cost to you, it'll help support what I'm doing. Anyway, so the experience was great, and then they shipped, and they arrived UPS, and they arrived in this box. So what could potentially go wrong? Well, they could be broken. A lot of people don't like shipping guitars, right? And these came from Germany. So are they going to be broken anyway? That's the first question, especially having them shipped in the cold, cold, cold winter. That's why I'm delaying this opening. They've been here for a few hours. If you get these, I recommend you leave them for a day before you open them, because you can get finish checking and cracking if you don't. They do not come with a case, so there's no case in there. So I don't know how they've packaged them. We're going to find out. But that means it's even more important not to just open them, because these things are probably freezing cold in there and have been going around UPS depots and things. But the box looks fine, looks in good condition. There was no import tax to pay, at least not so far. They brought them to the door. I feel like it's a certain amount of money you spend when they definitely collect the import tax via the app. I mean the UPS app. You'll get a notification from them if you spend, say, $1,500 or more. You'll get a notification saying you owe import tax. So obviously you have to pay that for them to deliver the items. But basically what we have here is two guitars for around the price of one Yamaha Pacifica and $80 shipping from another country in 1 week. And if you order from California from New York, it usually takes a week and $80 shipping. Well, sometimes it's free shipping, but the tax would be $80 anyway. So it all works out about the same. So far, so good. This is an excellent experience. And if you're new to guitar, we were talking last week about beginners, this could be the way forward. Or if you like to try new things without losing a ton of money, say you want to try an SG, a Les Paul, an acoustic, Harley Benton make all of those guitars. They make banjos, they make everything. So if you want to just get a new guitar every month and sell it on to a friend for, for cost or even a $20 loss, you can try loads of instruments throughout the year without spending a load of money. Because if you buy a guitar that's $2,000, it can be harder to sell it. Not always, but it can be obviously harder to sell a $2,000 guitar, and you might lose, say, $400 on it. Whereas with a Harley Benton that's $160, I'm sure you could sell it for $140 and lose $20. That's just some thoughts I have. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'll read the comments, and then we get on with the unboxing. Okay. More of the Guitar Head. So Guitar Head is only here on Mondays at the moment, okay? Maybe he should do the unboxings. Maybe that'll be a thing on TikTok. In fact, I might even do that. Guitar Head plays Harley Benton guitars. Perhaps I'll get more views. If you're wondering what we're talking about, check out Monday's stream. BMO is here. Good to hear it. So Thomann ships everywhere. Yeah. I am still going to push Sweetwater. And I have no conflict of interest here. I have affiliate links with both companies, right? It doesn't really matter to me where you order from. Sweetwater are great for me because I'm in the USA. They have great customer service. It's very easy to do returns. If you live near there, you can even go there and try things out. They're very good, I hear, about doing that. I hope to do that someday. And it's just, I did order a guitar mic from Thomann, the DPA, and it had a problem. And they took it back, no problem. But it was obviously was a bit more of a hassle, like at the post office. I had to fill out a form, a customs form, and this kind of stuff. So I'm still going to kind of lean towards Sweetwater, but do check Thomann for availability and pricing. Because, for example, Sweetwater don't have their own line of guitars. Harley Benton guitars are Thomann's own brand. And it's not just guitars, it's everything. They do everything. So obviously that is a huge plus for them. I wonder if Sweetwater will do that eventually. Danielle says, my recent experience with lower cost line from a major manufacturer was not good. More relief on the treble side than the bass side. Luther said it would be a better guitar for a lefty. Well, you know, I was talking about this earlier. I get it, but I've also purchased some very, very high-end instruments the last 5 years that had issues. Damage, wouldn't stay in tune. I had one guitar. I won't name the brand or the guitar. It's not really fair. It might have just been a coincidence. But I bought a guitar. I absolutely loved it. I love this guitar. And I got it, and it would not stay in tune. Like, when I used the arm even a little bit, it would just go out of tune. It kept breaking strings. It was insane. This is a really high-end instrument from a really well-known company. I sent it back to Sweetwater and got another one. Same thing again. And I even, well, they said one of their head techs even worked on the next guitar, and it still did it. So was it not the guitar for me? Was it the way I play? Was it user error? I don't know, but I had, just as an example, I had a very poor experience with a very high-end instrument. It could be coincidence. I don't know. That's why I'm not naming what it was. But I had a bad experience with that. So that doesn't mean that necessarily if you spend thousands of dollars, you can have a thousands of dollars experience. You might still have issues. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? We like to think we won't, but it can still happen. And likewise, you can buy a $500 instrument and have no issues at all. So there's sometimes, well, let's just keep that in mind for today's unboxing. Right, so Daniel says, I find with very low cost guitars, it's very difficult for the owner and the local luthiers to feel motivated to spend money and time to correct problems. Now, I agree with this. This is one thought I had, actually. Thank you for reminding me. This is one thought I forgot to mention. So, years ago, when I was a college teacher, believe it or not, I used to teach music in London. I made one of these computers that will run Mac OS. And the reason I did it is a colleague of mine, again, I won't mention any names, but a colleague of mine convinced me this is a cool idea. And I thought it is a cool idea. I thought for a fraction of the cost, right, I can have it. And I already had an iMac, by the way, but I wanted to make this little laptop. I thought for a fraction of the cost and also a smaller footprint, I could have a really cool computer. And the idea of this was fantastic. So I ordered the computer and I did this. And it was so much hassle and so many things didn't work. I ended up just selling it and buying an actual laptop. Okay, so I worry that's what's going to happen with these guitars. The idea is phenomenal. I'll get this amazing instrument that plays like my USA Strat and sounds like it. And I can upgrade the tuners to locking tuners, or I can upgrade something and it'll be as good as, you know, a Sir or a PRS. That's the idea you get when you order these kind of guitars. But the reality is, if they do feel a bit cheap or a bit not quite right, maybe you should have just saved that money and put it into the instrument that you actually end up getting or wanted. So that is my fear. Are these actually so good? I can actually say to you, yes, this is great. I would have this tweaked a bit and I would use this at my shows. Or is this a case of, it's a fun experiment, they're really affordable, they're great for beginners, but it's not really something that's going to please me, and they'll end up not being played, and I could have put that money into an actual instrument I would play and love all the time. And that is a great point. Lewis, I got them, yeah. Just for you, buddy. This is just for you, buddy, because you wanted to check out these guitars, and they will ship to Canada. So here we go. This could be the guitar for you. And actually, I should say, going forward on my channel, if I get guitars into review, I might, well, if you ever see me review a guitar and you're interested in it, always feel free to drop me an email at my channel address, which is sayhi@aaronshortmusic.com, because maybe in the future I'll review some guitars, and if you're in the USA, I can sell them on to someone out there rather than going through Reverb and eBay and things like that. Just bear that in mind. I'm not saying I'll do that or I'm always going to do that, but that might be on the cards at some point. So just bear that in mind going forward. Lewis is excited. Well, you should be, because this could be the guitar that you want to get. Joe is here. Sweetwater. Okay, yeah, exactly. So Sweetwater won't ship to Europe. So Sweetwater is excellent if you're in the USA, because they're in the USA and you're in the USA, and you've got that support if you need to return something, and you've got 2-day shipping and all that. It's great. Depending where you live, you might get 1-day shipping. Actually, you might have to wait longer, but usually it's 2 days, I believe. With Thomann, they'll ship worldwide. So really, I'm covering all the bases here. And that's why I've got affiliate links with both. So they're in the description below. Alan says Toman has its own little village, not just a shop, even Toman Street and stuff. Wow. I'd love to go there someday. Joe says lots of stores are out of stock in the UK, and Toman are also out of stock. The estimated stock date keeps getting pushed back. Yeah, there's still many shortages. Second-hand Harley Bentons are actually a steal. There's always a little bit of depreciation, and sometimes people have done killer mods that make them even better without costing you any more. Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. If this $160 Strat doesn't work out for me and I want to get rid of it, I mean, I would try to get my money back because I paid the shipping, right? But let's say someone bought that and just wants to get rid of it. You might get that for $100, which is an absolute steal. That's the cost of a meal out these days, isn't it? Toman limits inexpensive guitar runs to 250 units. I'm not quite sure what you mean, BMO. It's happening everywhere. Yep, gear is in short supply in general. Everything's in short supply. Many Sony cameras have been not discontinued, but they've just stopped making them for a while to put the chips into other things that will make more money. Totally makes sense, of course. Everything's hard to get right now. Cars are hard to get. Everything. What was my point there? Name the guitar. We don't want to do the same and get caught with that. I don't feel I want to, because I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's a dud guitar because I've got a friend that plays them, many of them. I just think I got two that had issues in a row. In fact, I still like to get one again, to be honest. I like the guitar so much, but the setup, I couldn't get the setup to work right. Yeah. BMO can take 12 to 15 weeks to get them. Wow. Oh, okay. Wow. A friend of mine has had to send back a 2K Strandberg as the roasted maple neck was warped. These things happen to guitars at all levels. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Wood is wood, right? Wood is wood. And yeah, my biggest fear with this is there's no case in there. They've shipped in this cold weather. That wood could have got messed up. So I'm pretty sure these aren't going to play great out of the box. But it'd be great if they do. But my Strandbergs have been really great, yeah. Hey, I've recently had... I've had every brand. I've had problems with every brand of guitar. That's truth, yeah. They're all... There's always something that can go wrong. That's why you need sort of good tech as well to fix these things. Alright, the Ibanez Artcore Series AS53 semi-hollow electric guitar flat tobacco has been a very popular guitar for modding and putting in better electronics and hardware. I don't have a semi-hollow myself. Okay. Alright, shall we do this then? Let me see here. I have the box. I have the scissors. I am going to open the box, grab one guitar, and we're going to see what I think. And a quick disclaimer here, whenever I open gear, I'm usually on... This will sound ridiculous. Sometimes I've opened gear on the channel and it hasn't gone so well, because I'm always expecting it to be like, oh, I got a new guitar. But I'm more, as a critique of gear, I'm a bit more negative. I'm always looking for the problem straight away. Whereas a lot of new guitarists would probably open up a guitar and say, oh, I got a guitar, this is fantastic, everything's wonderful. I'm a bit more like, okay, what's the problem with this guitar? So just bear that in mind if I'm not too elated. I'm very hard to impress. And if I am impressed, that is genuine, because that doesn't happen that often with me, as people that know me will attest to. All right, let's do it. So, it's really heavy because there's two guitars. I got both guitars in one box, okay? One second. Okay, so what we have here, and apologies for the camera, because let me bring it down actually so you can see a bit better. Okay, we've got brown paper. We've got noisy brown paper. And we've got those very sharp staples they put on the boxes, which are really dangerous. So watch out for those. I think I just ripped my jeans. Okay, here's one here. So, actually, it's not too heavy. There's the box. So it arrives in a cardboard box. There is no guitar case with these. You'd have to buy your own case. I'm okay with that because sometimes the cases they give you are pretty terrible, right? I'm trying to read the chat as I do this. New box for the cats, yeah. Alright, let me do this carefully so I don't destroy the box. Boom. I'm more nervous than excited. I'm just worried that I'm really gonna hate it. But then again, who cares, right? Okay, we have the silica gel. Do not eat this one. So, I mean, it's packed really well. Look at this. Here's your case candy. You get a guitar cable. That's impressive. A tool to adjust the action, and a whammy bar in the box. So that's really cool. It is packaged very well, considering. This is a funny sticker. It says, "In case of emergency, rescue my guitars." And you put it on your front door, so people will rescue the guitars if there's a problem. Here is a card. Oh, okay. Quality inspection. This was checked before they shipped it. Thoroughly checked before dispatch. Service is very important. Its functions and settings have been checked by our service team. Okay. There we go. Lewis, I'll get to that. I can't remember. I'll get to that. Both guitars are linked in the description below. The affiliate links are down there under today's gear. And then the shipping to here was $80, and that was it. So take a look and you can figure it out yourself. No import tax on these. Okay, here we go. Let me get rid of these boxes. I should have just done one. I should have milked this and done the other one next week, right? This is the Rosewood Strat. Now, I was looking at an actual Rosewood telly because that's what they played on the Beatles rooftop concert. And a custom shop one of those right now, which is all you can get, is about $4,000. And on the used market, the George Harrison Rosewood telly is about $10,000 or $8,000. This is not real Rosewood, but it's a Rosewood looking Strat, and they have the Rosewood looking telly. That's probably the one I should have got since I was looking at them, but I love Strats and I wanted to compare a Strat to my Strat, so that's why I went for the Strat. Should we do this really slowly? Okay, the tuners are fine. They feel quite small, a bit plastic, but they are on my Mexican Telecaster as well. And tuners are a very easy change. They talk about modding. Very easy to change tuners. I can see immediately the neck is incredibly glossy, which I'm not usually a fan of. You might like a glossy neck, but you could modify that. I'm already thinking about mods, okay, but cheap mods. Some new tuners and sanding this neck down is something you could easily do, and that would make it feel less sticky, unless, of course, you like a glossy neck. It does feel quite cold, which is worrying me a bit, because it could crack, but the room here is quite cold, so I should be okay. The frets look pretty big. They feel a bit rough. You hear that? Now, again, that's a really easy fix. You just have to dress them and polish them. You can make them feel really smooth. that is a very small fix. The nut looks good, but I haven't played it yet. It's got 2 string trees, and let's keep going. I'm making a crazy mess here. Ta-da! Look how glossy it is. It's like reflecting everything. But there, that's what it is. It's a gloss finish. I tell you what. Let me just look. I'm looking at it in the camera. Let me look at this in person. It looks really cool. It looks really great. Wow. Oh, keep hitting my things. There's some stuff on the end, but that just wipes off. So that's cool. So there we go. It looks absolutely great. It looks really quality. It really does. The glossy neck almost looks cheap because it's so glossy, and it looks fine on the camera, but in person it looks like a toy guitar neck because it's so glossy. But I tell you, you know, you could. I'm sure someone's going to tell me how to mod these in the chat. I've not done many mods to guitars ever, and someone in the chat is going to tell me they've done this, right? I'm sure they're going to say they've sanded this neck down, and they have replaced the tuners, and that was basically all they had to do. The hardware feels good. Nothing's loose. Nothing is loose. Let's check the frets. No sharp fret ends. This is something you have to test here. Make sure the frets are not sharp. They feel a little bit sharp on top, like they're not dressed very well, but they're not sticking out of the wood. So I guess so far what I'm thinking is, I mean, the tuners are fine, but yeah, a set of locking tuners, have a luthier sand the neck on the back so it's not as sticky, and dress the frets. That's what I'm thinking so far. And obviously check that they're the right height and everything. But the actual body of the guitar and the hardware and everything, this does not feel like $160 at all. And if you live in Germany and you can pick one of these up or pay even less for shipping, then you're laughing because you're going to get this for $160 and not have to ship it like I did. I'm going to plug it in, Bimo. Hang on. Stephen. 2021. This is a 2021 model, as you'd expect. All right, so let's plug it in and see about the tuning and how it feels and everything. It looks great. It looks really great. It does. I was so scared this was going to look like a cheap instrument. It doesn't. It looks like a quality instrument. Totally does. So let's see if it works. Oh, the weight, of course. Yeah, it's guess about £8, just under £8. So, you know, heck, if this thing was a super light guitar, that would be like too much for me because it's so hard to find those. Even the Fenders these days are around £8. Where's my pick? Here it is. So, terribly, terribly, terribly out of tune, of course. So let's tune up with the Peterson. Any new guitar, as you know, will always be out of tune. They usually ship them out of tune. They're going to go out of tune because of the weather as well. I'm pretty sure these strings are going to be cheaper strings, right? So I want to change those. That's not a problem at all. Most guitars, again, will ship with cheap strings because why would they not? Now, the tuners do feel kind of, and they're not very nice to hold. I mean, they're fine. They're not bad. They feel nice and stable. They just don't feel as nice as the ones on my Strat, right? The neck is on the fat side. Not my preference, but some people like a fat neck, so I'm not really either way on that. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. And remember, I'll play through the amp in a second. I just want to tune it again. Yeah, the frets are really scratchy. Now, over time, and I've had this on expensive guitars too, over time, they will naturally polish as you play. If you just do this on every string, they will naturally polish. But you can just polish those yourself. So, that's no problem. All right. I'm going to play it. Hang on. I don't want to play guitars out of tune. Another tip is gently pull the string. You guys know this, and girls. pull the string gently like this, the guitar will go out of tune, which is what you want, because then you're basically making it so when you bend the strings, it won't go out of tune so much. So the guitar is in tune. I want to just check the intonation quickly as well. So high E. Yeah, actually, the intonation is perfect. That is impressive. Okay, so let me turn the amp on again. I'll mute the microphone. You're going to hear the guitar now. I'll do some playing with the different pickups, and you're just hearing... Are you sure they're the Dario strings, Mike? Are you saying I should use those? Cool. Okay, I'm going to go through the pickups from the neck to the bridge. Here we go, on a clean sound. This is my amp through the aux box, okay? Here is your in-between hum cancelling, which is great. Here is your middle position, which I'm... Oh, actually, there's tape over the pickups. This sounds incredible. There's tape on the pickups. Oh, God. Sorry. This is fantastic. If you're looking for a Strat right now, just buy this right now. I don't even care if you use my link or not. I won't get that much on a $150 guitar, but this is incredible. The pickups have got tape on them. Again, hum cancelling, position 2. The pickups sound incredible. Here's position 5, which is position 1, which this is incredible. This is the most impressed I've been with a guitar on my channel ever. This guitar is $160. It looks incredible. It sounds incredible. There's no issue, you know, like one of my Strats showed up with a big dent in the fretboard once. I had to have it sanded out. There's no dent in this fretboard. This is incredible. And here is the position 1, which is usually very bright sounding. Yeah, sorry, that's clipping because I'm on the on position 1. Let me turn it down slightly. This, I don't like fat necks, and this is on the fatter side. But even it plays great. You think I'm shilling now for Toman? I bought this. I was happy to say this was a bit crap. I was happy to say this is good for a beginner, and I'm just going to turn around and sell it. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I would happily gig this right now. I mean, I could spend a bit of money on it. The frets will smooth out over time. They'll be over time. They'll do it themselves. I've had it on Martins where the frets were rough. They get smooth over time. I love it. I think it looks incredible. I'm blown away. This I'm so glad I got this. I don't even need it. I have a Strat I love. Now I'm in a conundrum because I was just going to turn around and sell these on and just make some videos about them. I don't really want to sell this. I really like it. And I wonder if I modded it, how it would be then. Like if I had the neck sanded and had locking tuners put on. No, I've got myself thinking now. But I mean, it's just great. Lewis, if you're looking to play guitar, if you want a guitar like this, a Stratocaster, I mean, look at the fingerprint. The fingerprints are terrible because of the glossy finish, right? But this is, I'm $160, Lewis. $160. Well, it's funny you should say that, Lewis, about the Silver Sky, because I'm probably going to compare this. I'm going to compare this to the Silver Sky. That could be very controversial, but hey, why not, right? The Silver Sky is arriving tomorrow, so this has been a bit of a new guitar week for me. Yeah, I'm going to compare that too. I'm doing a special on Friday. Dylan Talks Tone is also getting one, and we're doing a collaboration dual stream on Friday at 7 p.m. EST. We're going to compare them and talk about them. I might have to throw this into the mix because, you know, this just goes to show you can make and sell a guitar for $160. So there's no excuse, and you can even ship it and it shows up in incredible playing condition. There is no excuse anymore for a $2,000 guitar showing up without being off the charts, you know. So I got the dragon fruit, Thomas, the dragon fruit one. So there'll be a ton of videos this week. There'll be unboxing that guitar. There'll be a review of that guitar. There'll be the stream with Dylan on Friday. I'll probably won't review this until next week or even the week after that. You might not see these again for a while because I've got other videos to make. I was just so excited to try these after the conversation last week. Yeah, made in China. So good though. This is the new standard. You know, I prefer this to the Yamaha. But don't think. I just want to say it again. The demo I just did. Oh no, that wasn't the Amp 1 Johan. That was my Mesa Boogie through the aux box, and the aux box is one of my favorite pieces of gear I ever had. I want to say it just one more time. I don't think you understand. There's plastic tape over the pickups. The pickups have plastic film over them. What you just heard in the demo wasn't even. They had should we do another one? Should we do another one? Yes, Ron, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of things I would do that might cost me a couple $100, but then, you know, the thing is on your American Strat, you might want to change the tuners. Not all the American Strats have the locking tuners, so you might want to change them anyway. It's certainly you know what this compares to? That the Mexican Strats, which are now $5 to 1,000, right? It compares to those 100%. Does it compare to the American? Well, I haven't taken it apart and played it for a long time, but I'd say this falls somewhere in between the Mexican and the American. So, am I saying don't ever buy a Fender Strat again? No, I love Fender Strat. I love the name on the headstock. I love Fender. I'm very much into brands and things like that. But the fact of the matter is, no one makes a guitar for this price of this quality. And this guitar, if you showed me this and said, how much is this guitar worth? I would probably say $800,000. Yep. I'm absolutely, truly and honestly blown away. Yep. Let me just take some questions before we do the next unboxing. I'm so impressed, and I'm so happy to say that. You know, when I'm really impressed, I'm really impressed. Yeah. So Lewis, look in the description below. Both guitars are there. You can read all of the specs. Okay, so I mean, the cases I use cost more than the Strat. I'd rather use all the money spent. Exactly. I don't want a cheap gig bag with the guitar and then something else is not as good. I'd rather get a guitar with no gig bag and then buy a nice gig bag to protect the guitar. You're absolutely right. I totally agree. People often say, oh, it doesn't come with a hard case. Yeah, because you're probably going to put that hard case in your loft anyway. An electric guitar should either come with a really nice gig bag or nothing. And then you can buy a really nice gig bag when you're ready to play gigs. That's how I feel. The tuners, they feel really solid and really stable. They just feel a little bit like they're not, you know, they feel like they're made of plastic almost, like, or plastic coating. That's all. But who cares, right? Who cares? That's the same on my Mexican Telecaster. Who cares? And you can just buy some locking tuners for this. That'd be great. Yeah, I'm not going to put the sticker on the door. Don't worry. Yeah, guitar hacks. Yeah. Honestly, Lewis, there's nothing wrong with this at all. The intonation is perfect. The action is perfect. Everything is perfect. I'm just saying, I'm being overly critical and saying, yeah, locking tuners would be nice. I judged them. I felt them and thought, oh, they're not going to be good. And they're absolutely fine. Right? The pickups, I think, are wonderful. I was worried this switch would feel, on the Yamahas, this switch feels really cheap. This feels fine, you know? So, wow. I'm really impressed. I'm just blown away. What's the exact model number? So Jim, on the YouTube video, click more info, you know, below my video where I have like buy me a coffee and subscribe and all that stuff in the description. It says gear used today, and you will see the exact model number. You click on that link next to the name, and it will bring it up on Thomann and show you the model and all the specs. Poo Ninja, they sure do. I think Thomann even shipped to the moon, so you'll be able to get one. Okay, so Real Ting has some Harley Bentons. He says polishing the frets takes about 10 minutes with some fine sandpaper. When you change the strings, we recommend doing this to all guitars when you get them, just to make sure to guard the wood off. Oh, make sure you guard the wood so you don't sand it. Yeah. Is it balanced, neck heavy? So it is, and the body has some weight to it, which I don't love, but that means it's balanced because it's not going to tip up that way. And that's not heavy. It's probably just under 8 pounds. So that's fine. Free shipping in Germany and 30 days returns. Okay, well, if you're in Germany, just buy one right now. Don't even wait. Hey, Thomas, how you doing? And yeah, they have B models too, which are returns. That's right. They have a B model of this right now, which is even cheaper. So you can get this for like 150, and if you're in Germany, you get free shipping as well. Wow. They make acoustics too. Be careful. I might be doing those next. Yeah, I mean the strings do feel good quality. I made an assumption that they'd be cheap strings, but they feel fine. I told you I'm very negative when I open gear. Yeah, always stretch them in. That stayed in tune, didn't it? It didn't go out of tune. I tell you, now I'm feeling it. The action is slightly high, but that's so easy to lower, so that's fine too. I would play this tonight at a gig, no problem. Smooth guitar, amazing. You have a special skill for what, Lewis? For buying good guitars? Pick guard should have a film too. It does, yeah. I see the film on the pick guard, but I didn't realize they put a film over the pickups. So I'm saying when I see that the film's over everything. Oh, the entire pickup is covered in film. It still sounded great. That's so funny. I actually pay more for a full setup and fret level than that guitar costs. Exactly. And I don't hate the headstock. Yeah, the headstock's fine. I love the color. I love the way they've matched the colors together. And then it's glossy. And look at the logo. It's got like abalone. You can't see it because it's on my focus on my face, but it has like an abalone. Look at that. It's really classy. It's really great. I can't fault it at all, really, honestly. I can't. And let's forget. So this is through my Mesa Boogie and the Oxbox. Am I going to move to Germany? Probably not, but I'm really impressed with what they're doing. Sounds really good and looks very good. It's incredible. It's even better in person, Thomas. It's great. It was clipping on the lead pickup, I think. Do the Princeton. I'm not sure. I won't do that today, Thomas. I'll just use this this amp today, but in the demo I might do that, or the full review. When the C ever gets over, I find a local guitar teacher. I know what lecture I'm going to get. Well, yeah. Hey, Jim, don't even wait. They might sell out. They've been selling out of a lot of models, so don't even wait. Buy this right now and get learning. Why wait? You don't need a teacher. Get it now. Start learning your open chords. And this time next year, you'll be playing Wagon Wheel like me. Wait till you try the other one. I know. Now I've got really high expectations. The other one is more expensive. The other one has stainless steel frets. The other one is... If the other one is in line with this, it's going to blow my mind completely away. There goes the Silver Sky. Now, the only thing that's interesting with the Silver Sky is a lot of reviewers are saying that the SEs are heavier than the USA core models at £8. The one I got, and the reason why I wanted to get it, is that it's £7. According to Sweetwater, the one I ordered is £7. If that's true, that's incredible, and it's so light. And the reason I got it is I'm thinking, well, I like light guitars. If I love the guitar, I'll keep that one. And if I don't love it, I'll sell it on, get my money back. And as it's £7, it should be easy to sell because everyone's saying they're £8. So that's really cool. I got one that's £7. But I'm hoping I like it. I am hoping I like it because I'm a big John Mayer fan. How is the fretboard? Fine. There's no damage. The frets are all, yeah. I have no issues. The neck is on the thicker side. It's more of it's a vintage style guitar. But some people love that, and it's not as thick as some guitars. So it's the fact that I'm okay with it probably means that most people will love it. It actually feels very comfortable. I mean, I can say this is $170. Okay, $80 shipping. You order this right now, $170, $80 shipping. Even so, and if you get two, the shipping is the same. So if there's 3 of you out there in the USA that want one of these guitars, then just split the shipping between you, especially if you live in the same state, right? It's even factoring the shipping, right? It's still incredible. Even the total cost of this being like $260, whatever it is, it's still incredible. The Yamahas that are $650 are not. I wouldn't say I'm not as good. I prefer this to those guitars, so it's still an amazing deal. Exactly. Remember what I said last week, Lewis, about buying a guitar? This is what you get as a beginner, because this is as good as any guitar, and you learn on it. And then one day you think, right, I love the guitar. I want to buy a $3,000 PRS. So you buy that PRS, and then what you do is you use this guitar for your gigs and for your jamming and practicing and modding and trying things, and you keep that PRS at home for your kind of Sunday best. That's what I would do if I did it all again. How's the color? The color's incredible. Look at it. It looks stunning. The Silver Sky SE is out now. You mean it is out? Yeah. So that will be that will definitely be compared to this. I got the dragon fruit. 200 versus 2.5k. Exactly. It's insane, isn't it? Exciting, yeah. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. Hopefully some people will check this video out who are looking for Harley Bentons. The maple neck. I prefer rosewood. Mostly for visuals. Look at this. The rosewood body with the rosewood... It's not rosewood, but none of it's real rosewood. But visually, look at the colors. The way it goes together. Incredible. How does it really compare to a true American Strat? You tell me. This is a true American Strat. They're about the same weight. This might be slightly heavier. I don't know. I'd say they're about the same. This with the modifications. This does have an Illich noiseless system in it, which has made it slightly heavier, and added about $500 upgrade to it, which is why I'd never sell it. You can see it's got the rolled fretboard. It's got the roasted neck. It's a fantastic guitar. But all in all, this was about $2,000, and if you bought this now with inflation, probably about $2,300, I'm guessing. This guitar is 170 bucks. You know, I don't like when people say that. I don't like when people say, well, you know, this guitar is great because of the price. It's great for the price. For me, an instrument is either great or it's not. And that was my concern today, that this instrument would just not be a great instrument. These are both great instruments. And yeah, I love them both. But okay, you want me to choose one? I'll choose this one. Of course I will. I mean, even just the noiseless system. You can put that noiseless system in here, by the way, or put noiseless pickups in. It's not a big, that's just something special that I wanted in this guitar. This guitar without that system kind of sucks because there's no noise cancelling on the positions 2 and 4. So I prefer the neck on this one because it's not as sticky and it's thinner. But again, remember, this is a guitar that took me years to find a guitar I love this much, and this is a guitar that's under 170 bucks that I just took out of the box and has blown me away. So I don't know. I have absolutely no problem at all recommending this guitar. I would tell you buy it right now. It's fantastic. It's so good. Okay, I got to get off that cloud now because I'm going to start sounding like a salesperson. The Silver Sky SE vids sound nice, especially ones made it. Well, Maya could play a piece of string and sound really nice. Such a good guitar, so little money. I'm so curious how it would sound upgrade. It will sound the same, Lewis. They'll just look a bit more fancy. It will do nothing. It feels great. That was my biggest concern. I was really concerned it would feel like a cheap guitar, but it doesn't. It's just the neck. The neck makes it feel is a chunky. It's actually very comfortable for certain things here. It feels almost like an acoustic guitar. It's it's comfortable to play, especially down in, if you play it. If you are an acoustic guitarist that likes bigger necks and you play a lot down here, open chords, this is a great guitar for you because it'll be a great transition. If you like to play up the neck. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's fine. It's on the bigger side, but that's not negative. That's just a preference thing. A high-end Squire. I haven't played a high-end Squire. But don't forget, I'm comparing this to a USA Stratocaster, which is an incredible thing. I like the Flame Maple Harley Benton. I bet they're all good. I bet they're all great guitars. You're welcome, Lewis. I'm glad I did this. Okay, so are the frets level? Is the relief consistent on the bass and treble side? Well, this is just an unboxing. I don't know. I'm not noticing anything wrong with this. You would have to put it on a bench and check the height of the frets and all things like that. Maybe even take it apart. I mean, this is just an unboxing, but obviously when I do a full review, if I find any issues like that, I'll report them then. But I just want to say again, this is $170. And that's not why I'm saying it's great. That just makes it even more impressive to me. Welcome to the Harley Benton gang. There we go. Shipping to Vermont. UPS Express, 2 days, $80. That's what I paid. And Jim, if you buy 2, the shipping is the same. So you might want to save up and order 2 guitars and pay the same shipping. And like I did, I'm thinking, well, what's the worst that can happen? If you really don't like it, if it really isn't the guitar for you, and that happens with any guitar, by the way, not just these guitars, you can just sell it, right? I could probably go out on the street right now. I could probably walk down the street and sell this for what I paid for it right now. Because they'd say, what? You're selling this for $100 or $200? Even let's factor in the shipping. I need $250. You're selling this for $250? I'll take it. Done. Love it. And they have all different guitars. Like, oh, I want to try a Les Paul. Get a Harley Benton. I want to try a 335. Get a Harley Benton. Is it a hassle getting this from Tom? Isn't it? Yeah, it is. It came from Germany in a week, and it's absolutely perfect in the height of winter to New York City. It's absolutely perfect. I don't see any scratches on it. It's showing the fingerprints a lot because it's the glossy finish, but I don't see any scratches on it. And this is just one of many. This is just the guitar that caught my eye because I've been looking at Rosewood lately. Paul, how you doing? Great to see you here. I have 11 Harley Bentons. So have you done what I'm talking about, Paul? Have you thought, right, I want a Les Paul, Harley Benton. I want to try a 335. I want to try a banjo, Harley Benton. I want to try a shredder guitar, Harley Benton. I want to try a yellow telly, Harley Benton. Is that what you're doing? That totally makes sense. By the way, if you're new here, please subscribe and ring the bell. I'd really appreciate it. Hey, Gus. Good to see you here. No problem. You missed the unboxing. Jim, I probably will try the acoustic guitars. Yes, I have to, don't I? They don't have great pickups in them, but you could always install a pickup after the fact. Paul, what's your favorite Harley Benton, Paul? It is Ron, yeah. This is my first encounter. I'm absolutely blown away. Because now, whenever I review a guitar on my channel, it's going to have to be at least as good as this, which is going to be incredibly difficult for anyone, right? Paul says, my 335 copy that PRS co-founder John Ingram modded for me. What? You won't believe what I have in my hands now. Jim, just try and practice 3 to 5 minutes a day. Yep, that's it. If you're new to guitar, by the way, if you're getting started, buy this, and then you don't need nothing else. You need this and a tuner, and just sit every day and just start playing some open chords. There's thousands of lessons on the internet. Just sit and play some open chords, get used to holding the guitar, and then eventually you can get a plug-in for your computer or a small amplifier, like a like a Spark amp or something, and practice through that. And it's easier to learn on electric than acoustic, so this is a great way to go. John called these. Oh, that's interesting. So John Ingram, who was a PRS co-founder, said these are crazy guitars. Yep. 335. Lewis is trying to find out which one's the best. It really depends what style of guitar you like, Lewis. Put a set of Stringjoy strings on, see how it sounds. Stringjoy strings, I have tried those before. Thank you, Charlie. Jim says, I got my hands full with my 2 acoustics. Got to learn a little more before I get another guitar. Okay, you've got a guitar. That's fine then. Make the most of what you have. That's a good thing for life. Jim says, all solid hog auditorium, Harley Benton, CLA 15 MCE, Rosewood 285. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see if I do some more in the future. Let's see. I need to see how I like the guitars, how the views go, honestly, because if I'm gonna buy guitars and do those videos, I've got to be able to sell them on for what I paid for them. That's why I was saying I might end up selling this on and getting another one to review if they're well received on my channel. I need to figure that all out. But great guitar. I'm glad we got some owners here too. I posted it in the group on Facebook. The Cabronita FLT 90 Blast is unbelievable as well. Really, all of them are stunning. I began in '73 when you had to have a logo guitar. Well, I love logo guitars, Paul, but these are really making me... They're not making me get away from that. I'll always love logo guitars. I love the vibe. I love the history. But as an instrument, this is undeniable. Yes, it is my first encounter on. Yeah, I'm really impressive. Oh, they have acoustics as well. I will try the acoustics then at some point. Have I read these already? I'm getting confused. Oh, CST24, £7.25, and an acoustic travel mahogany, both really nice. Ordered with friends who got studio and telly style versions, both really good. Yep, and if you order with a friend, you'll save on the shipping. So that's what I'm saying. That could be a great move. You got a neighbor that plays guitar, order a few Harley Bentons and split the shipping. You're going to be laughing. Right, the more you get, the cheaper the shipping. That's good to know. Once you spend a certain amount of money, you will have to pay import taxes. Do remember that. Yes, Lewis hasn't played enough guitars to know what he wants to buy. That's why this is a great way to go. You see, rather than buying Fenders and Gibsons and losing loads of money trying guitars, you can buy a bunch of these and see which one you like the best, and then sell the others at a very small loss or even break even, and then buy the guitar you actually want. So that's what I'm saying, you play this for a few years, and then you can go and buy a Fender Strat if you still think you need to. Yeah, that's why I did it, Lewis. You're talking about learning guitar and buying a guitar. I want to do stuff for beginners too. Like this is it. This is it. I've got no problem though. This is the guitar. You buy one of these, you learn the guitar, you're done. And then you use this as I told you before, use this as your backup guitar, if not your main guitar. Use it as a backup because we all need a backup in the car at a gig all the time. I've been considering the Harley Benton HB35 Plus, a 335 style, 239, after being happy with several other models, my buddies, and I ordered. Great. Wish I could. Yeah, you can send me pictures, Paul. I have an email address for the viewers here. Say hi at aaronshortmusic.com. Feel free to send video as well. Anything like that would be great. This is the new standard for a sub $200 guitar. Yes. CLD41, amazing acoustic. Okay, thank you, Mario. The 335 will be my favorite. Yeah, I want. You see, there's rumors of a Noel Gallagher Gibson 335 coming out soon, and that's going to be $4,000-$5,000. So if you can get a Harley Benton 335 for 300, I mean, I don't want to be that person. I tell you, I'm the biggest brand snob there is. I love brands, but I also have to think about on this channel recommending value for money, and this is it. Don't worry, Lewis. He talks a lot. He doesn't order like you think he would. He's talking a lot, but he's actually making up his mind. He rarely actually pulls the trigger. This ship from Germany, all the way from Germany. HB35 Plus. I need to look at that. Please send me pictures. Of course, logo guitars are desirable. I still have a PRS. I live 5 miles from the factory, but I gotta say, it's dusty. Perfect to start. Yep. 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 If you've got any questions, just go back and watch the unboxing again and just watch my reaction when I plug this thing in, because that was not fake. All right, should we do another one? Have we got? I mean, we've been on for an hour. Paul, it's on the screen. Say hi at aaronshortmusic.com. Paul, I got another one. Do you want to see another one? I ordered 2 to save on the shipping. Now, this next guitar is something I've been looking for. I've been looking for more of a modern shredder guitar because I already have a Strat, right? I just thought this looked really cool. But I already have a Strat. So I've been wanting a modern shredder guitar for a while. And a lot of these guitars are $1,000 to $2,000, all right? This one was about, what is it? I forgot how much it was now. About $400? It's under $500. It's got stainless steel frets. It's got multiple pickups. I'm so excited. It's still in the box. It's sitting right here. So let me just, I'll be back in 1 second. Let me just put this guitar away and move some boxes, and I'll come back with the next guitar. Stay tuned. While I'm gone, go and look at some Harley Bentons with my affiliate link and subscribe and ring the bell. Here we go. All right. The Real Ting says, I once bought 10 Harley Bentons for $150 from a friend because he got drunk one day and ordered 20. Really, people? That's a thing? I thought it might be. I think those instruments are still being used by learners at my old school. Ordered 10. That's the thing, though. I mean, I'm not. Am I crazy? Like, I know this is all, you know, this is dangerous talk and everything and might be a bit silly, but let's just put this scenario out there. You've saved up $1,000 to buy, or let's say you've saved up $2,000 to buy one guitar you've been looking at that you think looks incredible. Why not? Or imagine if you spent that $2,000 on Harley Bentons, and rather than get the one guitar, you get 10 or 8 or 6 or 8. I don't know. Some will say it's better to buy the one guitar you really want and play that guitar, but I'm going to put it out there that you could have multiple guitars instead of one. It's just an idea. That, you know. And don't order gear when you're drunk, because that's not good. You'll end up selling it to Johan for a big loss. So here's the next guitar. I'm going to do the same thing again. Aha! This is light as a whistle, which I'm really happy about because I want a modern guitar to feel light. That Stratocaster has some weight. A lot of vintage guitars do have weight, and I think that goes along with it. I want a modern guitar to be the opposite of that. That Stratocaster neck is quite full. It's not, I'm not going to say big, but it's full in the hand. It's got some weight to the guitar. That's a vintage thing, really. That makes sense. This I want as a modern guitar. I really want a modern guitar. And if this has the opposite, a thin neck, which I'd expect it to have, and a light body, this is really light, then that's what I want from a modern guitar. This also has stainless steel frets. What are you saying, Alan? $240 US shipping and you get a free guitar. What a deal. I'm not sure what you mean. But anyway, I haven't even opened this yet. Just the weight of this is awesome. And I can feel the neck is thin already. So I'm already excited because already this is what I want. The looks of this, the weight, the neck, and the stainless steel frets are exactly what's on my list. And hopefully the pickups aren't too loud either. So I'm really excited for this. And this is more money, so this should be... Oh, this should be an even better experience. We'll find out. So again, you get your bar, whammy bar, and your adjustment tools in there. I've got to make sure I don't mix them up. Okay, so same thing again. This is a more expensive guitar. Okay. The roasted headstock looks great. Again, it's glossy. The way they're doing their logo looks really cool. Thank you, G. Richard Anderson, for subscribing. I really appreciate it. This does have locking tuners. This has the locking tuners, and they feel metal, not plastic this time. Great. The neck looks nice. It's that it's not glossy neck, so this is cool. The neck is not glossy on this one, and these frets, they still feel a bit rough. Real Ting, they're still rough, but they are supposedly stainless steel frets. Okay, it looks great, right? So let's keep going. It's got like maple wood binding on it. Just looks nice. And here we go. Again, Aaron, it's got tape on those pickups. Look at that. It looks so good. You know, what's the brand that makes this style of guitar? Is it Ibanez? If you buy an Ibanez, it's like $2,000. Excuse me. So this is basically like a $400 Ibanez that would normally cost you maybe $2,000, right? Let me just check it for any damage or scratches. It looks fine. Some tape on the thing there, and there's, of course, like I said, this has the Wilkinson bridge. Those Wilkinson bridges are nice. I like those. They're very good. You just got volume and tone. I take it this is tone, right? That's very loose. Well, I'm not sure. That's very loose. That's much stiffer. That could be by design. Looks like you can adjust that anyway inside. The toggle switch feels good. This feels like a great guitar. Have you checked the frets here? Yep, there's no sharp frets. They just need a good polish. The neck isn't super thin. It's just it's sort of in between, which is good. I like thin necks, but this is exciting. I think this has the potential to be like a guitar that I would actually use all the time. But let's find out. So, just tune her up. This is great. This feels... It's actually in tune too, but I'm going to tune it. This is the next level up. This does feel and look the next level. So where I was really impressed by the first guitar, and I said a few things like the glossy neck and the thing on the back looked a little bit like, even the logo on the back where it says where it's made looks a little bit cheaper. This one does not. This one out of the box is just like a high-end instrument, definitely. But it is more money, so bear that in mind. Oh wait. It's almost, this is crazy. This came from Germany in this freezing cold. And it was basically in tune enough to do a folk gig. I'm kidding. Basically in tune enough. Yeah. Wow. Let me take my email address off the screen so you can see it. Look at it. Let me play it for you. Now they're all the pickups are making noise. I think, are they? Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's a bit. I don't understand why I guess they're not noiseless, right? I was hoping that these humbuckers would be noiseless in the humbucker position. I guess it's not too bad actually. Listen. The humbucker has some noise, and then the in-between positions have noise. But then in single coil mode, you have the cancelling like you did on the other guitar. But not as quiet. I don't know. The pickup's a bit noisy. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. But to be fair, I haven't played yet. Maybe the noise relatively is not that loud. It's certainly not completely silent. Maybe someone can comment on that's got these guitars. Let me do the same thing again. I'll go through in the humbucker positions. Remember, the tape is also on here still. I must take that off. There's still tape on the pickups. I'll go from this pickup to both, to middle, to this one, to the bridge, okay? So you can tell they're hodder, they're fatter. That's typically what humbuckers are. The single coils on the other guitar are always brighter and chimier, which is just the difference. These humbuckers are fatter sounding, which is kind of what a lot of people want from a humbucker. But you can also split them to make them single. I'll do that next. This is still the humbucker mode. They sound great. And if I put some distortion through there, that's when they should really shine. Now, if you pull the switch up, I usually like push and not pull, but on this one it's okay because it's like metal, so you just pull it up. Now this is single coil mode. So on this one you're going to get more noise because it's split them into single coils, and when you have the humbuckers you get the cancellation. So as you can hear in humbucker mode, there's a little bit of noise. And as you pull it out, it kind of doubles because you're in single coil mode. So this is now single coil mode, which is basically what that Stratocaster was the first time. Tilting said there's a coil tap. No, I think the old guitar, the old model, the version 2, had a coil tap switch. This one just has the push-pull. Now, actually, when it's in humbucker mode and you're on the humbucker, listen, it's not, it's fine. It's not, I said it's noisy, it's not. Even humbuckers can be noisy. No. It's, okay, when I do that, it's noisier, and I'm sitting next to my computer. They're certainly not noiseless, but even some noiseless pickups can have noise. In the single coil mode, that's when you really hear the noise, right? That's noise. But this guitar basically has 10 voices because you have all those pickups in it. And by the way, the film is still on the pickups, which it shouldn't be. You have position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you also have the switch out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I need to try some distortion. The real reason you have humbuckers, in case you don't know, is when you use distortion. So let me flick this amp over here. Hang on. It's great. I want to say something. Yeah, I wouldn't think these were stainless steel frets because they feel rough, right? They feel rough on top. The edges are okay, but they feel rough on top. For me, stainless steel frets are silky smooth. Now, nickel frets can also be silky smooth as well if you dress them and sand them correctly, right? So the only reason I say that is because they're not. If these were dressed, it's a shame they don't dress these on shipping. If these were dressed and didn't have this film on top, this would just feel incredible. But it does feel rough. So that's the only thing on this guitar. I don't think it even needs a setup. I would have the setup checked by someone, but the setup is great. It simply needs these frets cleaned up, and that's it. Everything else is just fantastic. Yeah, if I can just polish these frets up, I think they'll do it themselves over time, but yeah, that'll be great. That's the only thing. It's the only thing. I think this would be for the neck is so nice because the neck is all satin. Look at that. It's all satin finish. But I mean, for me, this is like a gigging guitar. It's light. I will weigh it at some point when I do the review, but it's light. The neck is thin, but not too thin. It's staying in tune. I've got to take the film off the pickups. This is ridiculous. In fact, can I just do that right now? Yes, I can. Okay, 1 second, because this is crazy to have this film on here. There we go. Let's do that again with the film of the pickups. There we go. you might get one of these and be like, it doesn't sound right. It sounds a bit muted. It actually makes me wonder if they should ship that like that at all, you know, because people might not realize it. So that problem when you play like a single coil guitar, like the Stratocasters, Gigas, that's the kind of noise you get, and this is the kind of tone you get. As soon as you have your humbucker guitar, you get less noise and you get a fatter sound. I think I can hear that it's brighter now, but that might just be me. I don't know. I think the film was muting them a little bit. So of course, what's great is you can have that sound for your rocking music, and then when you come to do your clean stuff, you can either use that mode or you can pull the switch up and get that kind of sound we had from the other guitar, which would be like this. So this is a pushed in. This is your humbucker mode, so it's not as noisy, which is great on a noisy stage. But you lose that chime, right? You lose that sparkle, which you can dial in on the amp, but you can just pull that switch up, that knob up, and you get that chimey sound back again. And that's why this is a great gigging guitar for like a function band, because, okay, you might not get the true single coil Strat sound like I had before, but you can have a good compromise of both. You can have your, like I said, your distortion sounds can have the humbucker mode, and then when you want to play clean, you just pull that up and you get that chiminess back again. right, let me see what you're saying. Yeah, I like this. So this is a guitar I would take to a gig. Definitely. I would play the whole gig with this guitar. I think, and if I was going to do that, I think I would take it for a setup. Maybe the action could be brought down a touch. It doesn't need it. And if I can, it's just these frets are really rough. All right. So if these frets could be smoothed out and it could maybe, and it might not even set, it doesn't, I can't speak. I'm too excited. It doesn't need a setup. It probably just needs like a tweak of the truss rod just to straighten the neck slightly, polish the frets. I think that's it. I think if you gave me this and said this was like a Ibanez, I would just think, okay, it's an Ibanez. I wouldn't even question it. If you look really close, like the cavity here, you can see the way it's not finished inside the cavity. That gives it away that it's a more affordable instrument. If you look at the neck here, there's a little bit of a mark there, but there is on my Strat as well. But the most important thing is the weight and the neck, and they feel great. Like that's cosmetic, but when you're actually playing it on a stage, no one's going to think, they're going to think you're playing a $2,000 guitar. And the actual feel of the guitar is very premium, which is great. So yeah, you see what I mean? They're not as bright. I still prefer the pickups on the single coil sound of the single coil guitar, but I always believe a single coil guitar will have a better single coil sound than a guitar that does both things. In fact, a lot of people say that splitting humbuckers into single coils never sounds great. Some people say for that you've got to get like a high-end PRS. So the fact this does it that well, I think is impressive. It's never going to sound like an actual single coil guitar. But that's up to you. Do you want to take the single coil and this with you to the gig? Or do you want to just take this and do everything on one guitar? So that's the compromise that you have. All right, I'm going to go through these comments to finish up. But yeah, I'm really quite blown away. Oh, hang on, all these comments to go through. 1 second. So you got my email. Bought 10 Harley Bentons. Yes, the binding is natural wood. Yes, it is. And it looks really nice. Like, doesn't it look amazing on camera? If I showed this to you and didn't show you the headstock and said, what is this guitar worth? You would just say over $1,000, right? And it's half of that. Style of a Sir Modern. I sent you females. Great. I'll check those out. Thank you, Paul. This is basically the updated version of my Harley Benton. Roasted neck, Wilkinson trim, stainless frets, incredibly good and not expensive. With a setup and pickup changes, unbelievable. I'm quite impressed with the pickups though. I am. It's you know, like I said, if you look really carefully, there's a couple of little cosmetic things, but you've got to look really carefully, and that's nothing that you wouldn't get on like on a new guitar after a year's playing. You know, the way you adjust the neck is here. So the most important thing to me is how the neck feels, how it plays, how it sounds. All that stuff is great. It's just the frets are a bit rough, but like you said, they can be polished up. That's the only thing I would say. If they could make these frets silky smooth out of the factory, then that would be a home run. Looks gorgeous. There's a coil tap switch. I think they got rid of the switch and replaced it with the push pull pot. Get more noise. Yeah, but I was getting noise back then with it in humbucker mode. That's why I was confused. Although I have got a guitar with humbuckers that makes noise as well. Humbuckers aren't always noiseless, right? Or are you saying that the fact they can be coil tapped means that they're going to have more noise when you use them as humbuckers as well? That would make sense. The tape is just filmed to protect the pickup from being scratched by the strings or from the pick if tried in the shop. It has no effect on the sound. Okay, fine. I assumed having that there would affect the tone, but if it doesn't, that's good. That means the demo I did before, That's why the Strat sounded so good, because it wasn't affecting them. I want both. Yeah, you could do, or you could get like their version of a Les Paul. So you have a Les Paul and a Strat. That's a great way to go too. You have a Strat for those single sounds, you have a Les Paul for those humbucker sounds, and then you have this as like a dual. Like I said, great for like a function band. Have not felt the need to change a bit. Yeah, these Roswells are good. Where is this one made? Brian May? There's a Brian May Harley Benton? Yeah, the neck is incredible. Stainless steel is just a material, the same as nickel. They still need finishing. Okay, some sandpaper will help. Mine has had them replaced with proper jumbo stainless frets. Yeah, these are not jumbo. I do like jumbo frets myself. But like I said, they're fine. But yeah, they just didn't finish off the frets, which is, like you say, it's a 10-minute job. It's just a shame that it's not done out of the box. The first one is for practicing at home. The second one, the lighter for gigs when you level up to number 2. Well, I do like light guitars. And it's not crazy light, but it's noticeably lighter than the other one. I'd say this is about 7, early 7s. Remove them does look better, yeah. Well, now I would have left them on if I knew that. No, it's fine. It's great. You're still a brand snob, Harley Benton brand. No, I'm still... Look. If you give me the option, will I want the Sir or Ibanez version of this or this, I would take the name brand. I would. But this easily... Okay, the frets need polishing, which is very easy to do. If you look really closely, there's a little mark here. But I've got new high-end guitars with marks on them too, like tooling marks and things. You can tell this isn't like a $3,000 guitar, but you certainly be hard-pressed to tell this wasn't 1,500 kind of range, right? Especially if you just pick it up and play it without looking really close under a microscope, which, you know, how often do you do that with a guitar anyway? If I had to choose one of these two, probably this is what I would choose because of the weight, the neck, and the flexibility, and the look. I mean, look, this thing on stage will look great, won't it? And who wants to take a $3,000 guitar to a $100 gig anyway? Favorite case? I like the mono cases at the moment. I might change my mind on that. I'm going to try some others in the future, but they're pretty good. Thank you for sending the photographs over. I'm going to check those out. And the Brian May. Okay. I'll just pull that up on my screen. They're not coming through yet. Oh, wow. No, that's a Martin. Oh, right. I see. You're comparing it to the Martin. I was like, hang on. I said, that looks incredible. I'm buying that right now. I was like, no, it's a Martin. Oh, wow. You got a bunch. Oh, yes. 335. They look great. And you got that Strat. I almost got that Strat. The, what do you call it? The Paisley Strat. They make a Paisley Strat. Check that out on there, too. I almost got that one. I like the push-push. I wonder if you could change this out for a push-push, because a lot of companies use these push-pulls, but it's annoying when you're playing to have to pull it out and you feel like you're going to break it off. With the push-push, you just press on it and it pops up, and you press on it and presses in. So that, if they made another one of these, I'd like to see push-push here and better fretwork. That's it. That's it. I mean... I feel like the frets are getting smoother. Even just through playing, I think the frets are smoothing out. But obviously you want to dress them yourself. With the pickups, when you turn the volume down, you lose a lot of the trebles. I like when you have the treble bleed. That I think my actually my guitar doesn't have that, but it's very noticeable on here. When you turn down the volume, you lose a ton of high end. You notice that? But I'm tempted to say that's just the style of these pickups. Like, I wonder if the Strat would do that as well. That's not something I would probably do on this style of guitar anyway. I'd probably set the amp to have the sound I want without doing that. I'd probably keep the volume on full. But lately I have been turning the volume down on guitars quite a lot, and I like when it doesn't lose the high end. But I think that needs a treble bleed circuit, and I don't think all guitars even have that, to be fair. So, just something I just noticed. Film at Night has a nice video about adding treble bleed. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, you would just add a treble bleed. Again, to be fair, you might buy a $2,000 guitar like this that doesn't have a treble bleed. Some people don't like treble bleed. Some people like when you turn the volume down to lose the high end. But I would rather the ability to not lose it, because that way you can get some kind of other sounds. You can take some gain off by lowering the volume, but you don't lose the clarity. So like I said, I would probably use this with something like a guitar modeler system, and then I would just set each position anyway. I'd set like this one with the single coil to be a light drive, so I wouldn't need to touch the volume, and then I would set the humbucker with the pickup all the way to the other pickup, the selector on the other pickup to be the lead sound, so I wouldn't need to play with that. I don't really like to play with the volume at a gig anyway. I never do. But when I'm at home, I have lately... recent thing for me, I've been playing a lot with the volume on the guitar, and I noticed on my other guitar that it doesn't lose clarity when I turn it down, which I really like. But on this one, you lose a lot. So I can't really use the volume control. But again, that's just the style of the pickups. That's just, that could be on any guitar. I always find these kind of guitars, that do everything, a little bit like yeah, they do everything. That's why they're great for a gig and they're comfortable to play. I think if I was going to get two of these to excel at what they do, I would get the Strat and I would get a Les Paul. I think these kind of guitars are kind of modern do-it-alls. I think it's absolutely fine. I could easily play a gig on this right now, but it's a bit more of a compromise, I think. But with that compromise, you also get the flexibility and you get the comfort of the neck and the playability. I just can't wait to have these stainless steel frets polished up, because when these are polished, and I mean, you can see they've got stuff on them now. If these frets are polished to be silky smooth and everything's just checked over and maybe the action's slightly lowered, this thing is going to play like butter, I think. So that's really cool. Yeah, and to be fair, sometimes you want that. You can turn down the volume and you get a bit of a muddier sound. That might be a tone you want. But if you want to do the Hendrix thing and turn down, then you really want that treble bleed, especially if you're playing a Strat. All right, cool. So, yeah, I knew this would happen. The kind of the that's already worn off on me. That incredible impression I had from the value of money is now worn off on me already. And now I'm thinking about, right, how is this as a guitar? And yeah, I still think it's great. I think I would definitely take this one to a gig. I think this will look incredible on stage. I think that'll be really versatile as well. I would definitely either set them up myself or have someone set them up. I'd probably take them to have them set up and have everything checked over, like the electronics and everything. I think if I had a band gig, I would take something like this. And I won't then worry about it. I won't worry about if something happens to it, because there's nothing worse than doing... I mean, let's say you do a wedding gig. Let's say, just for example, let's say you make $300, right? That's just the number I pulled out of thin air, by the way. Let's say you play a gig and make $300, and you take a guitar that's $3,000. It doesn't really make sense. But if you can take this and it's worth $400, $450, whatever, because you've still got to factor in the cost of everything else. At least if this gets destroyed, you can still buy another one and only be a little bit out of pocket. Whereas if your Sir gets destroyed, that's going to be a really bad day. And honestly, again, on stage, no one's going to think twice. And I have seen some people actually cover up the logo as well, which is interesting, because they don't want to be seen with that, without a branded guitar. But I don't know. I was worried the logo would look cheap. The logo looks really well done. Like, there is nothing cheap about this guitar. It just needs a little bit of fretwork. But yeah, I would go and play this tonight without any hesitation whatsoever. So I'm probably gonna... This is dangerous. I was gonna get these and just talk about, they're good for the money and just sell them immediately. I might keep these for a while. I think I might do a long-term, like a 6-month review of these two. If I'll have them both set up, I'll have some work done on them, not too many mods, but just some work done on them, play them for a few months, and then do like a Harley Benton 6 month later kind of review, as well as an initial review soon as well. I keep forgetting this is stainless steel frets. I keep forgetting these frets will last forever. This guitar with a good setup will be a gigging guitar the rest of my life. Wow. For 600, no, for what was it? 450. That's incredible. It's incredible. I'm really impressed. This is great. Both great. This one is definitely a higher end instrument than the other one, but the other one is a Strat, and this is your kind of jack of all trades type guitar. So do bear that in mind if you're shopping. But hey, they make every style of guitar, so who cares, right? I really should wrap things up. We've been going for a long time again. Let me just go through the rest of your comments. Sent a pic of the Brian May. If you're a Strat guy, the BM75 will blow you away. So what is that? Is that a Brian May? Is that official, or is that a copy of the Brian May guitar? I am so confused. I'm just going through your email. Hang on. Wow, they look great. I'm looking at the picture right now. I'm trying to find the Brian May. I don't see it. I see the 335. That looks fantastic. Yeah. Okay, well, it's a win. It's a win. So to date, this is the brand I'll recommend for a beginner. Not just a beginner. I'm not belittling it. But if you're like Lewis here and looking for your first guitar, this has got to be the one. And then from there, you go up to Fender. And I'm not saying they'll be a million times better. They will not. But if you want, you know, I love Fender. I love Martin. I love all these names. I want that on my headstock. I'll pay for it. But if you just want a great instrument, this is the way to go. A Les Paul and a Strat is a great combination, Lewis. It really is. And then this is your, this is your in-betweener, but it's versatile. That can be really useful too. The best thing about this is you won't be afraid to really play it. Don't have to worry about scratches and dents or getting stolen. Exactly. Get this, get a good setup, and then just play it, and leave it out and hang it on the wall, and take it to a jam night, and take it to rehearsal, and take it to the gig, and wear your big belt buckle, and scratch it up, and play it, and who cares, right? It's great. I mean, yeah, Lewis, we don't want it to get stolen. We don't want to break it. But we're not going to... If this was a $5,000 PRS, I would not be sitting here like this. You would see it in the way I'm holding it. I would not take a heavy pick. Where is it? I've lost it now. I would not take a heavy pick and whack the guitar. I just wouldn't do it. I'd be so delicate with it. So this is a really great working instrument, Can you put up 335? I'm going to have to end it, Lewis. We can continue this on next week's program. In fact, why don't you do some research on some models that you're interested in, and next week we'll pull them up on the show. I've already gone on for 2 hours unboxing these two, so I'm going to wrap things up soon. Phil McKnight has a nice video about treble bleed. I'll check that out. It's normal for tone to roll off. Yes, it is. I know. It's just I noticed that. I'm not saying that's good or bad. It just is what it is. And honestly, until a few weeks ago, I never had the volume and tone on anything other than 10. I did it all from the pedals. But lately, I have been turning down the volume on my Strat to do some lighter edge of breakup stuff, which I now really like. I never used to like that, but I like that now. Paul, did you send me all the pictures as well? I'd love to see all of them. I don't think I saw the Brian May. It's not official. Interesting. They really are walking the line with these, aren't they? Because, like, we know that a lot of companies will go after companies that copy their guitars. So are Harley Benton not getting in trouble for this? I mean, this looks like a Ibanez guitar. Okay, awesome. All right, well, I'm going to wrap things up. I want to say thank you for joining me today. I will definitely... I'm going to put these away. I'm going to probably take these for a setup and have my tech look at these and just tell me what he thinks and polish them up and maybe do like a $80 setup on them just to get them playing as well as they possibly can. But honestly, the intonation, everything is great. The action's a little high, but not too high to play a gig. And the frets are a bit rough. Over the course of a gig, I bet they would be fine. I've had guitars before with rough frets out of the box. No problem. But if these were polished, wow, what a thing that would be. Yeah, I've got no problem at all taking this to a gig. I would take this to a gig tonight and play a wedding with this. I'd have absolutely no issues whatsoever. I'm very hard to impress. A lot of people will know that know me. But these guitars are fantastic. If you're thinking, I want to try a Les Paul and don't want to spend $5,000 or whatever, just get the Harley Benton Les Paul. Do me a favor, play it for 6 months or a year. If you end up playing it every day and you love that shaped guitar, go out and buy the Les Paul you really want. Or maybe not. Perhaps you'll be happy with that Harley Benton. But don't ever go out and buy a Sir for $5,000 and then realize you made a mistake. Get this one. And also bear this in mind. Sometimes you'll get an instrument, or this, I'm talking from my own experience, but I'll get an instrument, I won't like it, and then I'll really bond with it a few months later. But if you sank too much money into it, you're too afraid to keep it around. You want to get your money back. But with this, I can afford to keep this around here for 12 months and really play it. And if I really decide after 12 months this isn't the kind of guitar I like, I'm a Strat guy, then I can sell this and get most of my money back really, really easily, right? And if I decide this is me, this is the guitar that I have bonded with, I've figured out the settings on my amp and everything, and this is what I want, I could then go out and buy the Ibanez equivalent, and this could be my backup. It's incredible. It's fantastic. It's so good. Okay, thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. Like I said, I need to wrap things up. I just want to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe for future videos. This week will be an unboxing of the Silver Sky SE, so we can talk about those guitars too. Actually, you said this was made in Indonesia. Is that right? It is? Oh, okay. So the other one was China. This one is Indonesia. And look, this thing is light. It's really cool. Set the amp up with the volume at 7 and you have nice... Okay, right. Okay, yeah. So put the volume at 7 here and then set your settings and then you can go either way. Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. So you've got some headroom basically. Yeah. Yeah, this thing is cool. Really cool. So watch out for the SE unboxing of the Silver Sky, and then Friday I'm going to do this with Dylan Talks Tone to discuss the Silver Skies on the live stream. We'll basically do this but with Silver Skies. We'll have them out of the box already, but that'll be really interesting. We're going to talk about if we think they're good value, which one we would buy, if any. I might even throw this in the mix and say, oh, hey, Dylan, how about buying 5 of these instead? Or sorry, 2 of these for one Silver Sky SE model. This has been great. And I now have something I can highly recommend. I was really recommending the Yamahas for the price, and I still do. But I think these are of a similar quality, and I think I might even prefer these, and these are even cheaper than they are. So this for me is the way to go. Harley Benton all the way. All right. Well, thanks for watching. This has been a great episode. I've really enjoyed it. I need to go and clean up my room now and play some guitar. So thanks for watching. Have a great week. I will see you on Friday, 7 p.m. EST with Dylan. Hopefully that's going to go well. We're going to do a dual stream. It'll be on his channel and my channel. I'm looking forward to checking out the PRS SE edition. And then I'll see you Sunday for the live concert. And as soon as I've had some time with these guitars next few weeks, I will do a full review with audio and weights and any issues I've found or haven't found. Remember, this is just an initial impression. It's very hard to get a guitar out of the box and just bond with it immediately. And I'm just really super impressed with the quality. I knew these would be high quality. I had no idea they'd be this level of quality. Like I said, aside from a couple of little tiny things that I can see inside, it's absolutely mind-blowing. And look at that. Incredible. And straight from the factory. It hasn't been sitting on the guitar store floor or anything. This is straight to me. Brand new guitar. Really, really great. Highly recommend it. No problem recommending these at all to anybody. All right, I'm going to say goodbye. Everyone take care and be well. Thanks for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. I hope this is useful for people. I hope that, I mean, there's a million videos on Harley Benton guitars. I hope that me saying these are recommended will make them even more attractive. And of course, people like the real Ting, you had them for years. I apologize for not listening to you before. I really should have done, because maybe I should have got one of these in the first place. All right. Thank you, Lewis. Cheers. Take care, everyone. Be well. I will see you in the next live stream. Probably will be on Friday at 7 p.m. EST. Please join us if you can and tell your friends. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
I'm not lost, but I'm not found. I'm not up, but I'm not